Somewhere beneath this canopy, right now, something is watching a group of tourists, and they have no idea. The Amazon covers just over 1% of Earth's surface, but it holds nearly 10% of every known species on the planet. Millions of them. And a handful of those species don't just bite, they kill. Quietly, efficiently, and in ways science is still trying to fully understand.
One of them can stop a human heart in under 20 minutes. Another has killed more people throughout history than every war combined. So which creature actually deserves the title of most dangerous? The answer isn't what you'd expect.
The Amazon rainforest stretches across 9 countries and roughly 5.5 million square kilometers. It's often called the lungs of the earth, but for the animals that live inside it, it's something else entirely. A battlefield, a place where every second is a negotiation between predator and prey. Local tribes have survived here for thousands of years by learning one rule: the loudest danger is rarely the deadliest one. Over the next few minutes, we're counting down the 5 creatures that make this rainforest one of the most lethal ecosystems on Earth, based on real recorded incidents, verified toxicity data, and documented human encounters. Some of these names you'll recognize. One of them will surprise you. Let's start with number 5. In 1981, in a single tragic ferry accident on the Brazilian River Furnace, nearly 300 people are said to have died, and Brazilian press coverage widely blamed piranhas for the outcome. It's one of the most cited piranha attack stories in history. But here's the twist. Modern researchers who studied the incident found that most of the victims likely drowned, and piranhas may have only fed on bodies afterward. That contradiction defines the piranha's entire reputation. They're not the relentless man-eaters Hollywood built in the 1970s. In reality, piranhas rarely attack healthy adult humans, unless the water is low, food is scarce, or blood is already in the water. But when they do attack, it's fast. A shoal can strip flesh in seconds, driven by a bite force strong enough to slice through bone-in prey. Fishermen in the Amazon still lose fingers and toes every year to careless dips of a hand into the wrong pool. It's not the monster of legend, but it's real, it's sharp, and it earns its place at number 5. Number 4. The Bushmaster. Somewhere in the undergrowth, there is a snake so well hidden that most victims never see it before they're bitten. It's called the Bushmaster, the largest venomous snake in the Americas, capable of growing past 3 meters long. Local names for this snake translate roughly to the one who kills you and waits. That's not folklore exaggeration. Bushmaster venom is hemotoxic, meaning it destroys blood cells and tissue from the inside. And without treatment, mortality rates in untreated bites are alarmingly high. Here's the unsettling part. Bushmasters are ambush predators. They don't chase, they wait, sometimes for days, coiled silently along paths that animals and humans both use. Because they live in extremely remote, low-density areas, encounters are rare. But when they happen without warning. Antivenom exists, but in the deep rainforest, it can be hours or days away. And out there, hours matter.
Number 3. The electric eel. In the 1800s, European scientists were baffled by a fish that could deliver a shock strong enough to knock a grown man off his feet
without ever touching him. They weren't exaggerating. The electric eel isn't actually an eel at all. It's a knife fish capable of generating up to 860 volts, among the strongest bioelectric discharges of any animal on Earth. A single eel can't usually kill a healthy adult with one shock, but that's not the real danger. The real danger is drowning. Repeated shocks can stun a person mid-swim, disorient them, or trigger muscle paralysis just long enough for them to go under in moving water. In shallow, flooded regions of the Amazon, where multiple eels sometimes gather, victims have reportedly been hit by successive shocks before they could recover. It's not a predator that hunts humans. It's a defense mechanism so extreme that proximity alone becomes a gamble.
Number 2. The black caiman. At night, along the flooded rivers of the Amazon, something surfaces just enough to show 2 eyes reflecting torchlight, and nothing else. The black caiman is the largest predator in the Amazon basin, growing up to 5 meters long, rivaling the American alligator in size. By the mid-20th century, illegal hunting for its skin had pushed the species toward near extinction. Then, conservation laws in the 1970s and 80s allowed populations to recover. And today, they're once again the apex predator of these waters. Unlike the piranha's exaggerated myth, the black caiman's danger is well documented. Confirmed attacks on humans occur most often near riverbanks at night, when fishermen or villagers are least visible to a caiman, lying just beneath the surface.
They don't attack out of aggression. They attack out of ambush precision. A bite force among the strongest of any living reptile, combined with a death roll that can pull prey underwater in seconds. For centuries, river communities have adapted their entire daily rhythm around one rule: never wade into dark water after sunset. But even the black caiman isn't the deadliest creature in this rainforest. Not even close.
Number 1. The mosquito.
Here's the twist almost nobody expects. The most dangerous animal in the Amazon rainforest doesn't have claws, fangs, or venom glands. It weighs less than a raindrop. It's the mosquito. Specifically, species capable of transmitting malaria, dengue, and yellow fever throughout the Amazon basin. According to World Health Organization data, malaria alone causes hundreds of thousands of deaths globally every year, with tropical regions like the Amazon among the highest risk zones on Earth. No jaguar, no caiman, no venomous snake comes close to that number. Indigenous communities have battled mosquito-borne illness for generations, and even today, with modern medicine and mosquito nets, outbreaks still occur in remote river villages that are days from the nearest clinic. It's an uncomfortable truth about how we perceive danger. We fear teeth and claws because we can see them. We fear what looks like a predator. But biology doesn't care about appearances. And in the Amazon, the smallest creature on this list has ended more lives than every other animal here combined.
What this countdown really reveals: when you line these 5 up, piranha, bushmaster, electric eel, black caiman, mosquito, a pattern emerges. The most feared aren't always the most lethal, and the most lethal isn't always the most feared. The Amazon doesn't hand out danger based on size or reputation. It hands it out based on adaptation, on whichever creature has found the most efficient way to survive, feed,
or defend itself in one of the most competitive ecosystems on the planet. That's the real story here. Not a list of monsters, a list of survival strategies refined over millions of years.
The conclusion. The Amazon isn't dangerous because it wants to hurt you. It's dangerous because every organism inside it, from the smallest mosquito to the largest caiman, is playing the same ancient game. Survive, adapt, repeat. And maybe that's the most unsettling part of this entire story. The creature most likely to end a life in the Amazon isn't lurking in the water or hiding in the leaves. It's flying right past your ear, and you probably won't even notice.
If this countdown surprised you, subscribe for more deep dives into the world's most extreme environments, because the next one might just change how you see the world outside your window.